What's up, everybody? It's your favorite counselor here, Miss Marita, back with another episode on My Favorite Counselor, so stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and today's episode is all about the PSAT. That's right, if you are in 8th through 11th grade, this week you'll be taking the PSAT. So today we're going to talk all about what it entails, what to look forward to, and even what to expect once you get your scores back. So let's get started. So the PSAT, or the Pre-Scholastic Aptitude Test, is going to be administered this week, and it tests the same core content areas that the SAT is going to test. Those core content areas include reading, writing and language, and math. You have the PSAT 8, 9, and then you also have the PSAT 10, and you have the PSAT NMSQT. And we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between all of those. PSAT is broken into two sections: the evidence-based reading and writing section and the mathematics section. Each one of those sections, depending on which test you're taking, has its own score. If you're taking the PSAT 8 and 9, each one of those sections can give you a score between 120 and 720, making your total score from 240 to 1440. If you're taking the PSAT 10 or the PSAT NMSQT, then the score ranges for each one of those sections go from 160 to 760, meaning that your total score possible is anywhere from 320 to 1520. So the 6 key content features that you want to be mindful of include words in context, command of evidence, math that matters most, problems that are grounded in real-world context, analysis of science and social studies, as well as U.S. founding documents and the overall global conversation. So the same key content features that you're going to find on the PSAT are actually the same key features in the redesigned SAT that you'll likely be taking your junior and or senior year. So in other words, and essentially, once you take the PSAT, you are preparing yourself to be successful on the SAT. So some of you may still be saying, I don't know, Miss Marita, I'm not quite sure about taking the PSAT. I'm a little nervous. Well, here's a few things that you can look forward to. One, there's no penalty for guessing, meaning that you can do your best to answer every question without being penalized for the ones that you get wrong. That's right, your score only includes the questions that you answer correctly. So the best piece of advice is to make sure that you just answer every question. You never know, even if you don't feel confident about your answer, it may end up being right, which may eventually add to your score. Also, secondly, I would advise everyone to visit collegereadiness.collegeboard.org because they have some great tools to help you to get prepared for the PSAT. They go into detail about each one of the key content features that we discussed, and they also offer practice tests for those who are taking the PSAT 10 or PSAT NMSQT. So there's so many different resources out there to make sure that you are well prepared for the PSAT this week. For my students who are going to be taking the PSAT 10 or the PSAT NMSQT, you want to make sure that you check yes for the Student Search Service, which allows scholarship providers to find you. College Board has linked up with several corporate sponsors who are ready to provide scholarships to students who qualify. The PSAT NMSQT is actually the qualifying test for the National Merit Scholar Program, which also is another opportunity for you to be linked to additional funding for your college endeavors. If you want more information about the National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test or the National Merit Scholarship Program, you want to make sure that you go to nationalmerit.org so that you can receive as much information as possible as you prepare for the PSAT NMSQT. I also want to make it clear that the PSAT NMSQT, or the qualifying test specifically for the National Merit Scholarship Program, is open to juniors only. Those who are younger than that grade level, you'll be able to qualify for the National Merit Scholarship Program once you get into the 11th grade. So for all my students who are going to be taking the test this week, you can expect to receive your scores back on December 11th, 12th, or 13th, and make sure that you continually check back at collegereadiness.collegeboard.org to understand how to interpret your scores. So on today's Counselor's Take, I just want to be able to give you a few tips to help you to prepare for any test taking day that may be coming up, of course including the PSAT. You want to make sure that the night before that you get a good night's rest. That's right, you want to make sure that you are well rested the day of any test that you take so that your brain can function at its highest capacity and so that you are mentally and emotionally ready to take on what comes your way with test taking day. Also, you want to make sure you have a well-balanced breakfast in the morning, such as a piece of fruit or some water or some orange juice, again, to make sure that you're physically ready to prepare for the day. Also, on any test taking day, you want to be aware of the things that you're going to need for that test. Do you need additional paper? Do you need pens or pencils? Do you need a calculator? Are you required to bring your own timer? Whatever those things are, you want to make sure that you have those laid out the day before so you're not rushing in the morning trying to find those things when you really should be focusing on relaxing and resting before it's time to take that test. The other thing is, as much as possible, free yourself of any stress or anxiety that you have. Maybe you need to take deep breaths so that anxiety can lessen, or maybe you just need to be silent or quiet for a while. Whatever that may be for you, do what you can to make sure that you're in the best possible place to be successful for that particular test. I really hope you guys do well, not only on the PSAT, but every test and quiz that you're going to have this week and in the weeks to come. All right, students, so that is all for today's episode on the PSAT NMSQT. I hope you found this information super beneficial. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with anybody that you think could benefit from this information. Remember that I post new videos here every Sunday, so come back every week for more great content. Also, if you have any questions for me, you want to make sure that you email me at myfavoritecounselor@gmail.com. That's my FAVOURITE counselor@gmail.com. And listen, here on My Favorite Counselor, if you ain't talking about college, you already know.